Hey people, this is High Lord Tamerlane once again, bringing you an obscurity in miniature that actually isn't from Eastern Europe for once. Wow, that's a shock. That seems to be what I'm always reviewing here. This is one of Flying Frog's new Resin special enemy characters. This is the Wasteland Warmaster Tar'Rio Gant, the Kraken's chosen. Very overdramatic name there. He's a big guy, and he's got a bigger price tag than most of the other resins that Flying Frog has released. But since he's an enemy, and especially enemy at that, I guess that kind of comes with the territory. Let's take a closer look. So, one thing I've noticed is most of these enemies are still in the multi-piece setup. If you've seen, I put some of the other videos up of some of the new specialty allies, and they're all actually in one piece. But our friend here, God, I already forgot his name. Tar'Rio Gant. He's actually in a couple pieces, but at least they're big and chunky and manageable. So that shouldn't be an issue, hopefully, for most people. And there's not going to be a whole lot of cleanup, despite me being out of focus there. Big old space for his cloak and, well, an empty spot where his mechanical arm is going to go. Now, unfortunately, I have not actually gotten to my blasted wastes yet, despite being a original minecart backer. Like when the original Kickstarter first started, I'm slowly but surely painting my way through all this stuff, and I just have not gotten to them. I really wish I had. They're somewhere in a box in a closet somewhere in my house. So, unfortunately, maybe whenever I get around to painting them, I can put them up and display them with this guy to give you a better look at him, how he compares. He is a little bit bigger than the regular figures, though, so we'll take a look at that in a little bit. I'm going to give him a snip in a sec. I do love the detail on his mechanical hand here. He's got a lot of character, big hunk of knife. I think these guys are supposed to be some kind of like a insectoid type race. I'm not sure. Mine are going to get painted green. He's got that interesting shell there underneath his tattered cloak for another overdramatic pose, I guess. But I really like the quality of the cast. Again, I am a big fan of Flying Frog's work. I really enjoyed the game itself, Shadows of Brimstone, but their original resins were not the greatest to work with. They were very flat, very plain, very much a pain in the ass to put together and have stay on their bases. Glue didn't want to take them despite scrubbing them and trying to get all that, I don't know, whatever the resin stuff they use to pull them off the sprues. But this is looking nice. I think with a nice wash and some detailing, like all the little bumps and stuff on his shell are going to come out really cool. So give me a sec here. I'm going to snip him off and maybe I'll even glue it. I don't know. We'll see how he compares to some of the other frog figures from Shadows of Brimstone I've got laying around here. So give me one moment. Alright, so despite gluing my fingers together, we managed to get our buddy Tar'Rio Gant here, Warlord of the Wastes, all put together. I do love his junky cobbled together look. Everything just seems so mismatched. He is, in fact, a nice size figure. Almost reminds me of the Tharks from Burrow's stuff. You can see he's a good head and shoulders taller than our intrepid hero there. Despite, being on a smaller base size, but again, he also has that nice slotted base, which means he's going to be nice and stable and not flop off the bases like everybody else. Let's see if I have a couple other enemies we can compare him to. So he's about the size of the werewolf, despite being on the smaller base. Got a bandit in there too. So he's a pretty cool looking guy. Hopefully we'll get some use out of him. I'm still trying to work my way through the cinder box as well as every single enemy that's come out since that goes with it. It's been slow and steady, and I'm not the happiest with how we've painted up our lava monster stuff with the rocks and everything. So it's slow going, but we'll get there eventually. I'm pretty happy with him. He is going to be a fun one to paint since I really don't have anything. We can get that out of the way. I guess he's dry. He's quite the looker with his cape and menacing junky claw there. So, yeah, he's pretty cool. Someday I hope to have some of the Tharks that Modiphius is supposed to release with the John Carter RPG system. So hopefully we'll see how they compare to that. But You've got quite a variety of enemies in Shadows of Brimstone as it is, and hopefully that doesn't change anytime soon. So, like I said earlier, I believe he's about $15. He is available on Flying Frog's website. I will put a link in the drop-down box there at the top, so if you're interested, you can check him out there. Otherwise, I hope you found this somewhat informative at least, and you can see some of these figures out in the wild and what they look like and what you can expect. And I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.